Hey guys, how's it going? Dream Reaver 23 here with another Let's Play episode. Now today we are going to be playing Home. Home is a game put out by Benjamin Rivers Games. It's an independent game company. It's put up under Creative Commons Attribution, non-commercial license. So it's on the Steam store. It's $2.94 or something like that. I don't know. It's ridiculously cheap. The game is actually put out, and this one is going to be kind of difficult. The game has no save feature, no save functionality. It's kind of meant to be played as a single sitting type game. Now the game does vary up because whatever you do, it kind of affects. It's basically it's a little horror adventure. I'm not much for scary games, but this one's pixelated, so how scary can it be? I guess we'll just be the judge of that here in a little bit. But it's a murder mystery type game. A little bit of a twist on it because you kind of decide what happens in the game. So it just came out a couple days ago, about 4 or 5 days ago, and I wanted to really check it out. I as many of you know on my channel, I like to do a lot of stuff with indie games and indie game companies and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's kind of peruse on in here. Press space. Alright, how to play, move left, right, look up. Okay. Space to interact, F4, and to quit game, hit escape. Wear headphones, don't turn off the lights. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet. A flashlight. Alright, so I got a flashlight. Space to interact. Alright, so we have a door. Anything else in here? A house. Where was I? Hey, there's a dead body on the ground. There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I don't know, buddy. I'm with you. I don't know either. We kind of into things. A black cat scared the poo-poo out of me. In the headphones, it's kind of loud, so I guess you can interact with stuff that flashes white. Desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer I didn't want to snoop. But did I open the drawer? Yes, of course we did. Why? Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? What the hell is this? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man, I had to get out of there. So I definitely like the pixelated style. It's actually really nice. Alright, let's go. Nothing else to interact with. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, try to find a way out. The bookshelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Let's go in here. A black and white photo. Looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There's no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Yeah, let's take the photo. Stuff the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. Okay, so apparently we have a weak disposition whenever it comes to blood. Already looked in the bookshelf. Local history. What the hell is that? A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Yes, because I'm a nice guy. There you go, little mousey. Let's go in this door before we go downstairs again. A collection of rusty tools. These looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? It's a good question. Who keeps their tools inside? A photo similar to the old one I picked up. It had been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Hell yeah, you always push the switch. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. We shall go downstairs. Poopy. What was that? That was really loud on my headphones. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. The switch in the wall worked. The door had been unlocked. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I'd found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Yes, it did. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the yadder? I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. What is this? Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. What's that? It was an old map of the town. Places all over were marked. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. The guy upstairs must have done this, but what was his interest in the water tower? Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait, there were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. A work table, covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? Yes, of course I took it. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. There's a guy dead upstairs. Of course you're going to grab the handgun. No, more ladders. Dude, this place goes kind of deep. Some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Dude, this house is kind of messed up. The desk looked old, but was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded papers, covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out, and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. H-E-A-I-V-E-Y, H-E... None of it made any sense to me. Can I interact with anything over here? Oh, I can. Rusted hooks, like the kind you'd find in a butcher. Hung from the ceiling. They looked pitted with worn and from heavy use. That man upstairs, did he do this? Crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. I have a ladder and a cage. Looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Probably blood, dude. I'm just saying. Alright, let's go check out this door right here. Looked to be bones half dug into the ground. The remains looked old. Faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. It looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Is this man's wife? Let's go down this ladder. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? Bats. I'm Batman. I'm noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. There was whispering in my ear just now. That was creepy. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Yes. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. That's true. That's, yeah. Wait, what the hell was a whisper then? It's kind of creepy. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. Message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave-in. Alright, we'll wait. We're going that way. Nothing over here. How do I get back up? Guess I don't. You can't jump. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down as I pressed against the heavy metal door. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there? It was so high up that it must have been a sore landing. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared with it. Let's go up the ladder. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Yes. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Let's go through this door. You can hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Maybe it was water. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Yes. Slipped the knife in my boot since I had the handgun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? Of course you do. Dude, you always take a knife and a gun. It's over here. pooped myself a little bit right then. Well, these doors. I guess I should go into these, huh? Let me start back with this other one. There's a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Alright, so... gotta drain the putrid water. It was locked. There was a musty smell from the inside. This door's open. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was going... it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Yes. Through the dust, I could see handprints from previous use. Probably from whoever worked in those sewers. Sorry, nope, nothing else over here. Going back out. Alright, let's see if that did something with the water. Nope, nothing. Actually, before we go any further, guys, let me know what you think about this. I'm going to continue to play. I'm going to put up this episode. Let me know if you guys like it, if you want to see what happens a little further in there. If I get enough comments or thumbs up, I'll go ahead and I'll post a second video on here. But definitely check out the game. Right now, I mean, it's $3 on Steam. So far, an awesome little game. I like how it's done. I like the little art style and everything to it. So definitely a high recommendation for me up to this point. Now, if it gets scarier, other than the creepy noises that are loud as hell in my ear and kind of make my heart stop a little bit, but you know, that's kind of what these games are supposed to do. It's supposed to get you to where you're thinking, where you're doing stuff. Let me know what you guys think, though. Drop it down in the comments below and say, hey, so it looks like a good game, or definitely want to check it out. I'm actually, what I'm going to do is like and subscribe on here and leave a comment. Tell me what you think of the game, and on a Saturday, I will actually announce a winner on Saturday. I will post a video. Actually, no, we'll make it Sunday. So I'll give you from now till Sunday. Like and comment below. On Sunday, I'll put up a second part to the video, and I will also announce in there a winner of somebody that I'm going to I'll gift this to. I'll buy. I'll do 3 winners. So 3 people. I'm going to give 3 people that are comment down below. I'm going to give 3 people the game on Sunday. So make sure you guys leave a comment, throw a thumbs up, share it with your friends. See if you can get one of your friends so you can play it together. So share the video, and I will see you guys with a second video from this on Sunday with 3 winners. So like this comment, and subscribe, guys. Until next time, guys, I am DreamReaver23 saying keep on gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.